Hello and welcome to Code Rhetoric with Tam Talk. This is your girl Tamara Abraham, founder of Abraham Medical Coding Coach, here to talk about all the good, the bad, and the not so good things going on in the coding industry. So it has been a very long minute since I've uploaded or recorded an episode for this particular podcast. I've been extremely busy, doing coding, of course, and then I was also kind of toiling with the idea of which direction or angle I would like to take this podcast. Because those of you who are in the industry, you know, coding is not like a hot topic. It's not something that appeases to the interests of many or the masses. But at the same time, I did not want to come on here and teach or to educate coders or potential coders. I have several opportunities or tools that are available for those who are seeking to become a certified coder, and then for those who are certified who are looking to step out into a different area of coding, i.e. specialty. So I have like my mini coding camps as well as the online certification training. And then I also have the YouTube videos that focuses in on the ICD-10 as relates to coding. So I have plenty of tools out there for those who want to learn how to code and to do it proficiently. However, I don't want to use the podcast as another arena to educate. I wanted to use this, I guess you could say, like the coding gossip. Yeah, I'm going to say the coding gossip, or to talk about some of the things like the current trends, what's happening in coding. So this is more of a laid back type of podcast. So for those of you who are here to gain some coding knowledge, I'm going to redirect you to www.abrahammedicalcodingcoachllc.com. Again, that is www.abrahammedicalcodingcoachllc.com. There you will find all the educational tools and resources needed to get you on your way. They are purchasable items. The only thing that is not purchasable is the blog posts as well as the YouTube videos. But again, the courses, the mini coding camps, as well as the books are available for purchase, and those prices and everything are located again at www.abrahammedicalcodingcoachllc.com. So now that we have that out of the way, so I wanted to record this episode because I noticed a topic or a myth that has been arising in my coding circle and my coding industry, and I wanted to address it because it could possibly be something on your end or maybe not, but I wanted to talk about it. And that is, there's this underlining myth that perhaps permanent or company employed coders are better equipped or better than contract coders. They are not. I repeat, they are not. So I'm here to eliminate or dissolve the myth of permanent company employed coders are better than contract coders. I can speak on it because I worked in the capacity of each. I worked in other capacities in the coding industry. And so I want to shed some light on both aspects of it. To be honest with you, a company employed coder as well as a contract coder are paid by the same person. What? Yes. If a company or healthcare facility hires contract coders, guess who pays them? The company. So the same person who is signing the company employed coder's paycheck is also the same person who is signing the contract coder's paycheck. There is no difference. Well, there are differences, but that is not one of them. So that we all can agree that all our checks are getting signed by the same person. Yeah. The difference is company employed coders have more of a stability. They're stable, as in they don't have an end date for their income unless they choose to, whether that's through termination of employment by the employer or by the employee, as in the coder. Whereas a contract coder has an end date because they're contracted for a specified time frame. And so during that, I guess while they're coding, they know that sometime in the near future that contract is going to end. So either that contract coder is a very good money manager or a planner. Hopefully they have prepared the next contract. Okay? So what that tells me also is that a contract coder has to be disciplined. They have to be able to work somewhat as their own boss. They have to manage their time. They have to manage their money. They have to be up to speed on the coding changes, like whether a code was deleted, updated, revised, rules changed. They have to know all of this stuff. Whereas a company employed coder, they have a support system in place. They have an organization there are other people within the roles or in the company who are responsible for staying up to date on these changes. And then it is their role to disseminate this information to their coders. Again, a contract coder doesn't really have that. They have to develop their support system or their support team. So yes, so if you are set on having a stable income, if you are set on someone providing or disseminating that information to you, then a company employed coder may be the role in which you want to proceed. A contract coder, again, they are responsible for all of that. Yes, they go through a contract group or an agency. They are still somewhat responsible for the day-to-day functions as it relates to their role. The reason why coders become contract coders is not because they can't get a permanent role with the company. It could be the flexibility that contract coding provides. It could be they are able to work in a particular area of coding or body of work. And also they may receive a higher rate as a contract coder versus a permanent employed coder, because those things are set for you beforehand. And not saying that a contract coding role or rate is not set. The contract coder has the opportunity to deny or accept that particular role. Whereas a permanent coder, you do also have that right to accept or deny. But once you accept it, you pretty much are dealt the hand that you are given. Bottom line, you're dealt that hand. Depending on the role of the contract coder, they receive health benefits and 401k or retirement benefits just as that of a permanent employed coder. So there really is no difference. So the only major difference between the two is really the flexibility. And also the seeking of approval of PTO time. Permanent employee has to go through the approval process from their leadership to determine whether or not they're able to take the particular time frame off. Whereas a contract coder may, because they are provided with the end date, they may schedule their vacation time or maybe appointments or whatever during the time where they're not contracting. And then they don't have to seek approval or request time off from their employer. They can go ahead and take it. And again, permanent employee, you have to wait. You may be requesting the same time another colleague is requesting that time off, and it may be a rock, paper, scissors or first come, first serve type of process. And then you also have to look at, do you have the time to take? for the time frame in which you're requesting. So that's really the major difference between the two of them. And again, contract coders, they have to be sharp. They have to be sharp, as in they have to be knowledgeable within their area that in which they're trying to code. Or if not, they need to know where their resources are. Whereas a permanent coder, because they work for an organization, they have those things in place. Whereas a contract coder may have to, again, develop their library, develop their contact people, set their schedules. They have to do all those things, making sure they have like the encoder access, all of those things, again, in which a permanent coder is provided. And so anytime I coach a coder or a new coder, I always inform them that, hey, it's probably better to start off in the office setting so you can get an idea, or to help build your coding knowledge, so you can really truly get an idea of what it's like to work in the industry. And then once you develop that footing or that expertise, or gain some experience up under your belt, then you may want to proceed trying to come out and work remote, or as a contract coder. Because if truth be told, a lot of people go into this industry because they want to become a remote coder. And again, it takes years, but that's neither here nor there. Times have changed, things have changed. And so more people are becoming remote. But so again, I want to come on it and just kind of like shut that myth down that permanent employed coders are better than contract coders. Again, that could be furthest from the truth. Coders' expertise, their knowledge, their proficiency in the coding industry is really on the coder. It has nothing to do with their coding role. It has more to do with that coder and their capability, as well as their proficiency in that particular area or body of work. So that's my spiel on that. Other things that are going on in the coding industry. I've heard talk about ICD 1011. I haven't really done my research on it, so I don't want to start talking about it because I don't want to talk about something I really don't know anything about. I've heard rumors of it, but I haven't really taken the time to really indulge in it, to really research it, to see what's coming on or coming about with it. And we're going to leave it at that. How are you all doing with the new E&M changes? So I've had the privilege of reviewing some of those, some of the changes, and it's not as bad as it was or how it may have come across to be or what have you. It's not bad. I actually like it. I actually like the process. I mean, but I don't want to call myself a dog, but I'm an old dog because I've been doing the audits and the other way of coding for years. I do look at everything else. I still look at the history. I still look at the exam. I still look at the whole picture, as it relates to your evaluation and management services. I still look at all of those things because I'm an old dog or an OG as it relates to coding. But yeah. So how are you all handling the E&M changes? Do you like them? You wish they would revert back? Are you still struggling with them? As I mentioned, I think in my prior episode, Angie the Coder has a great tool out there to assist with breaking down and learning the E&Ms, the new changes. Yeah, it's really good. Upon other news, what else has been going on that I'm aware of? So I did launch the new activewear entitled Risk Adjustment activewear. I think I made an announcement on it a couple of months ago. They are available. We have shirts, we have leggings, we have sneakers. Yes, we have sneakers, and I'm so excited about it. So it's not just assigned to coders. I just use risk adjustment as my inspiration because we need to adjust the risks, whether you have some type of heart condition, diabetes, or whatever that other risk may be. Of course, we know we need to get moving, or you just want to, you like enjoy exercising. Hey, you want to look cute and you want to represent because you are a coder. Hey, check us out. Again, you can go to www.abrahammedicalcodingcoachllc.com to learn more about that. Is that all? And also, let me put this disclaimer out there. There may be a delay. Some of my customers, they have experienced a delay as it relates in receiving their merchandise. And I apologize for that. That is not on my end, but, blame your postal service. But yes, so, but I'm so excited about that. And yes, I've been active. I've been golfing. I've been walking, trying to jog, even went back to my childhood and trying to apply those swimming lessons that I've had now, because the world is open. As you can see, we're getting our immunizations and we're ready to take on the world. So yes, check out again risk adjusting activewear by Coach Tamara Abraham. Again, that is at www.abrahammedicalcodingcoachllc.com. Now, when will the next episode be uploaded? To be honest with you, I don't know. I will try to be more consistent with the episodes, but again, coding is not that topic that is of interest to a lot of people, and I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong about that. But yeah, so as hot topics come up, as rumors begin to stir, and I feel like I need to shut them down, I will record an episode. If I do something different with coding, as in releasing something new, if I will expand or expand upon my coding camps, which it has been requested that I provide more coding camps, more perhaps more complex coding camps for those who are seeking to really dive into a particular specialty. If I can provide just a little bit more meat, I'm thinking about it. We'll see. But yes, so that's all that I actually have for this episode. But again, check us out at www.abrahammedicalcodingcoachllc.com. Again, that's www.abrahammedicalcodingcoachllc.com. So until next time, you all stay blessed. Toodles!